In this video I will be demonstrating wire woven bales. These bales can be attached to top drilled stones to create pendants. In this video I will be making two different designs. Watch till the end of the video for a bonus idea for using this tutorial. For design 1 I am using two lengths of 0.8 or 20 gauge wire. The first wire is 5 inches or 12.5 centimeters. The other wire is 4 inches or 10 centimeters. Find the halfway point of the longer wire. Make a small loop in the middle of the wire. Where the wires cross, bend them parallel to each other. Bend the wire above the loop to a 45-degree angle. Find the halfway point of the other wire. Bend to a 45-degree angle. My weaving wire is 0.2 mm or 32 gauge. I have a 40 inch or 100 cm length of wire. Take the shorter wire and start wrapping from the bend. Wrap the weaving wire twice around the shorter wire and then position it above the longer wire. Starting on one side, wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around just the inner wire. Now pass the weaving wire to the other side and wrap twice around the inner wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around just the inner wire. Keep the weaves pushed down as you wrap. Pass the weaving wire back to the first side and repeat the weaving pattern. Continue weaving the pattern whilst maintaining the gap between the sides. I have woven for 1/2 inch from the top of the loop, 13 mm in metric. Now bend the wires back towards each other. The wires should cross over each other 1 inch from the top of the loop or 25 mm in metric. Where the wires cross, bend them back away from each other. Continue the weaving pattern. Keep pushing the weaves down the base wires as you wrap. Remove the excess weaving wires. Trim the inner wires, leaving approximately 1/8 inch or 5 mm. Bend the cut ends over to what will be the inside of the bale. Use something round with a diameter of approximately 5 mm to shape the bale. Bend the bale at the widest part of the weaving. Bring the remaining 2 wires to the front. Thread both wires through the gap just above the loop. Gently pull the wires to tighten them around the other wires. Trim off the excess wire at the back and gently pinch down the cut ends. Try to make the wires look even at the front. To create a pendant, I am using one of the cut-offs of wire to make a jump ring, which I will use to add this top drilled glass crystal bead. For design 2, I am using 3 lengths of 0.8 or 20 gauge wire. All the wires are 4 inches or 10 centimeters in length. Find the center of the first wire and make a sharp 45-degree bend. Find the center of the second wire, and I am using the smallest setting on my bail making pliers to make a rounded bend to 45 degrees. Repeat with the third wire. This is a 40 inch or 100 cm length of 0.2mm or 32 gauge weaving wire. Find the centre of the weaving wire. Take the middle wire and start wrapping from the centre of the bend. With 1/2 of the weaving wire wrap 12 times around one side of the wire. Take the other half of the weaving wire and wrap 12 times around the other side of the wire. Position the third wire inside the middle wire. On the first side, wrap twice around both wires. Wrap twice around the outer wire. Wrap twice around both wires. Repeat with the other weaving wire on the other side. Position the first wire below the other two wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Repeat on the other side. Continue wrapping the 3 wires together using the same pattern on both sides. Wrap up to 1 inch from the point, 3 cm in metric. The last wraps on both sides should be on the inner and middle wires. Bend the unwoven wires outwards. Gently bring the ends of the weaves together. Take the left or lower weaving wire and wrap it twice around the inner wires on both sides. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. On the other side, wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the inner wires on both sides. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Back to the first side. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. Wrap twice around the middle and outer wires. Wrap twice around the inner and middle wires. On both sides, wrap 3 times around the middle wire. Remove the excess weaving wires. Trim short the inner and middle wires, leaving an 1/8 of an inch excess. Bend the cut ends to what will be the inside of the bale. Bend the bail so that the woven area ends level with the bend of on the middle wire. Wrap the remaining wires around the wire just below the bend in the middle wire. At the back, trim off the excess wire and pinch down the cut ends. For this pendant I am adding this glow-in-the-dark potion vial that I wrapped earlier. I will leave the link for the vial wrap in the description. Now for a bonus make. You can use the same tutorial to make these earrings. Just follow the instructions up to the point where you trim off the excess middle wires. Instead, trim off the unwoven wires, leaving approximately 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch. Use round nose pliers to bend the wires outwards into small loops and finish by adding a bead between the 2 bottom loops. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe and join me for my next video.